You feel it before you hear it. The small tightening in the gut, the heat in the face, the way the tongue wants to sprint ahead of the mind. Because a look, a tone, or a lazy jab has already announced itself as disrespect. And in that thin slice of time where adrenaline stands at attention and pride reaches for the loudest weapon available, you arrive at the invisible fork that determines whether you will spend the next hour reacting like a puppet whose strings are pulled by other people's moods, or whether you will stand as a practiced guardian of your own gate, unhooking the strings one by one and choosing your response with intention. The Stoics never promised a life insulated from insult, slight, or misunderstanding. They promised the opposite. Exposure to the weather of human behavior, then training so you could move through storms with your hands still steady on the wheel of your own conduct. Because Marcus Aurelius, speaking from the battlefield in the court, insisted that you have power over your mind and not outside events. And if you truly realize this, you will find strength that doesn't roar, but endures, that doesn't perform, but persists. So today we build a protocol, not a clever trick or a motivational slogan, but a sequence of practiced moves that begin in the body, pass through the intellect, and end in the world as clean behavior. And we will rehearse it until calm is no longer a mood you hope for, but a skill you deploy. So disrespect stops being a fire that burns you and becomes a forge that tempers you. 1. The first move, name it, then breathe through it. Disrespect lands like weather, and because weather is not your identity, your first act is to label the event without swallowing it whole. Insult, dismissal, mockery, contempt, patronizing tone. And as you label the stimulus, you begin the breathing cadence that buys a window wide enough to re-enter choice. Inhale for a quiet 4. Hold for a deliberate 2, exhale for an elongated 6. Repeat this cycle thrice, and notice how the exhale length, longer than the inhale, coaxes your physiology down from the ledge where fight or flight likes to shout, while your posture follows suit. Shoulders sliding down and back, jaw unlocked, chin neutral, eyes soft but steady. Because composure travels from the spine to the tongue, not the other way around. You say, silently, to yourself, this is an impression, not a fact. Borrowing Epictetus' reminder that human beings are often upset, not by events, but by the judgments they glue to those events. And as that sentence lands, you can feel the poison thinning in your system. You have not denied the insult, and you are not gaslighting your pain. You have simply refused to wear someone else's clumsiness as your uniform. 2. The second move. Ask the Stoic questions that reclaim. Command you pivot from heat to light by interrogating the moment with questions that turn the world from a blur into a dashboard. What, right now, is in my control? My breath, tone, words, body language, timing. What right now is outside my control? Their history, their mood, the past, the room's gossip. What outcome do I want when the sun goes down? Clarity, respect, progress, a clean conscience. And what one sentence can move this interaction toward that outcome? These questions are not academic. They are steering wheels. And as you grip them, you feel your stance change from, I must win this second, to, I will win the day, which is the only battlefield that matters. 3. The third move. Choose the virtue before you choose the line. Because Stoic ethics are practical, you select a virtue as your North Star, courage, temperance, justice, or prudence, and you let that virtue choose the sentence that follows. Courage might speak as, I disagree, and here's why. Temperance might say, I'll respond after I think this through. Justice might draw a boundary with, I won't accept being spoken to like that. Prudence might redirect the energy with, let's return to the decision criteria. And since each line is short, clean, and free of spikes, the conversation is forced out of mudslinging and back toward ground where adults can stand. This is not performance. This is design. You are designing your behavior for reliability under pressure, and reliability, more than volume or cleverness, is what earns respect over time. 4. Extract the signal. Starve the ego. Even when disrespect is wrapped in thorns, there can be a seed worth planting. So you scan for any usable feedback, however poorly delivered, and you extract the fruit while tossing the stem, because refusing to learn from clumsy delivery is still refusing to learn. And if there is no fruit, you will not chew branches out of pride, since Seneca warned that anger is a brief madness, and you are not interested in renting your mind to madness for the price of a momentary win. 5. Decide the arena. Public heat, private clarity. If the barb arrived in public, you move it private. I'll address this with you one-on-one, because spectacle invites theater and theater invites escalation. If the disrespect is private and persistent, you escalate calmly by documenting facts stating a specific request and placing timelines on behavior. On 3 occasions this week, X occurred. I'm requesting Y going forward. I'll check in Friday to confirm. And you do not threaten, you do not posture, you set rails that are observable and verifiable, which is the adult form of strength. 6. The 2-letter power that reduces chaos. You use no like a craftsman uses a chisel, precisely and without apology. Know that once you work for me, followed by a single repetition if needed, and then the discipline of silence because over-explaining is an invitation for negotiation you never intended to open. And since boundaries are not anger and no is not hostility, you let the line do its quiet work without adding emotional interest. 7. Scripts for real-world arenas, so you don't freeze. Workplace slight. Status play. Let's anchor to facts and next steps, delivered with a balanced tone and a pen poised over paper, which signals you are here to build, not brawl. Public sarcasm in a meeting. I'm open to feedback. Say it directly, which denies the cheap laugh its oxygen and returns the room to substance. Family jab wrapped as a joke. I'm not okay with that tone. We can talk when it's respectful. Then you pivot to a neutral activity modeling boundary without spectacle. Customer or client disrespect. I want to solve this. Let's trade specifics, not labels. And you write the specifics down, since ink cools heat. Online troll or anonymous drive-by. Mute, block, move on, build, because you do not debate ghosts, and your work is the only rebuttal worth giving. Each of these sentences is designed to be delivered after the breath has done its job, after the virtue has chosen the line, and after your posture has reminded your nervous system that it is safe to behave with dignity. 8. The mechanics of calm. Body, voice, timing, space. When insult lands, your body wants to shrink forward and up. You reverse that by expanding back and down, feet flat, weight through heels, crown lifted as if a string lengthens the spine. Because tall bodies tell the brain, we are not in immediate danger, and the brain listens. Your voice will want to sprint, so you slow it by reading your own sentence at a pace that would look normal on a transcript, and you place periods where they belong, since fast talk is the cousin of panic. Timing matters too, and you can choose to respond after a sip of water, a glance at notes, or a quiet, "Give me a second," which are not stalls but tools that return you to command. Space, if available, is also a resource. Step to a whiteboard, stand beside the person instead of across, walk while you discuss, because changing the geometry often changes the energy. 9. The role of status, unhooking from praise and blame. The ego wants to be raised by praise and is therefore doomed to be ruined by blame. A Stoic stance cuts those strings by locating status not in the temperature of other people's opinions, but in the integrity of your own conduct, so you can say with clarity, if they can raise me, they can ruin me, and then decline the entire ride by fastening your worth to the only site you actually control, which is how you behave under pressure. In practice, this looks like finishing a tough conversation with a clean debrief to yourself. Did I keep command of breath, tone, words? Did I hold the virtue I chose? Did I leave the door open to better behavior? And can I be proud of this when there is no audience? 10. Rehearsal. Training calm before you need it. Calm is not a talent. It is a sequence drilled until it is boring. So you rehearse with a friend, a mirror, or a voice note. Deliver your boundary lines at 3 tempos. Practice the breath until you can do it while writing bullet points. Record yourself and tighten the sentence until it carries weight without wasted words. And run, flash freeze, drills where you read a hostile line out loud, and immediately answer with your chosen virtue sentence. Because under pressure, you do not rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of training, and you are raising that level on purpose. 11. The Night Audit. Convert the encounter into tomorrow's wisdom. Before sleep, you open the ledger like a merchant who wants accuracy more than ego protection. In the control column, you list breath, tone, words, posture, timing, documentation, and you grade yourself with honesty. In Not in Control, you place their mood, their narrative, the gossip about the meeting, the past that can't be unsaid. Then you write one adjustment for tomorrow, a crisp behavioral edit such as ask one clarifying question before any defense, or move public heat to private within 2 minutes, or write the decision criteria on the whiteboard before debate, and you end with gratitude for difficulty, not because you enjoy pain, but because you are alchemizing friction into strength. Thank you for the test. You showed me my edge, and tomorrow I will be sharper. 12. The mirror you avoid. When you are the disrespectful one, it will happen. You will fire off a sentence too fast. You will smuggle contempt into a joke. You will let frustration speak for you, and when it does, you will not hide behind the noble excuse that you were just being honest. You will repair cleanly and promptly, acknowledge without drama, specify what you should have said, and state your revised line. I spoke with heat. The clean way to say this is X, that S how I'll handle it next time, because nothing stabilizes a culture faster than leaders who repair without ego, and nothing wins back respect like responsibility paired with improvement. 13. Special situations, layers of power, culture, and safety. If disrespect arrives from a manager or someone with formal authority, you maintain dignity while choosing your moment. Address the content first, then schedule a debrief where you state impact and request, documented and specific. If it emerges across culture or language lines, you confirm intent before assuming insult. I want to make sure I'm reading this right. When you said X, did you mean Y? Which buys you interpretation before escalation. If safety is in question, you move from Stoic to strategic, involving HR, legal, or third-party mediation, because composure is not passivity, and boundaries sometimes require institutional backing. 14. Building a culture that makes respect the default. You create meeting norms where critique must be tied to criteria, where data beats volume, where role clarity is posted and referenced, and where each session ends with what worked, what to adjust, so feedback is routine and contempt has less oxygen. You teach the team the same breathing cadence and boundary scripts, so language becomes shared, and you reward clean behavior publicly. I appreciated how you disagreed with clarity and respect, because people repeat what gets recognized, and culture is simply repeated behavior plus time. 15. The 7-day field drill, deep version. Day 1, awareness and breath. Every time you feel heat rise, label the stimulus and perform 3 cycles of 4-2-6 breathing, then jot one sentence about what changed afterward. Train your nervous system to expect leadership from you. Day 2, questions before defense. In every tense exchange, ask exactly one clarifying question before any rebuttal. When you say X, do you mean Y? And log the results. You will discover that half of disrespect is misinterpretation, and the other half calms when confronted with specificity. Day 3, virtue-led lines. Choose a virtue for the day and write 2 sentences aligned with it. Deploy them at least once, then refine them at night until they fit your mouth comfortably. Day 4, arena control. Move one public heat to private. Document facts, requests, and timelines. Notice how quickly mud becomes stone when you shift from theater to structure. Day 5, the 2-letter power. Say no once where you would usually bend. No apology, no novel-length explanation, just the line and the pause. Feel the space that opens. Day 6, extraction over ego. In one piece of rough feedback, mine a single actionable improvement. Implement it the same day, proving to yourself that you can learn without supplicating to tone. Day 7, full night audit. Run control, not control. One adjustment in writing. Add gratitude for difficulty, and draft a short plan for your next predictable flashpoint, so you enter Monday armed with design rather than hope. 16. The quiet victory you're after. When you work this protocol, people notice, not because you deliver speeches about inner peace, but because your responses start carrying a weight that does not wobble. Meetings stop spiraling, conversations recover faster, family dinners lose the edge that used to infect the night, and you carry a quality of gravity that others can lean on when their weather turns ugly. Respect follows those who do not beg for it, and calm, once a rare guest, becomes a resident you can rely on. You will still feel the sting, because you are human and because dignity is not numbness, but you will stop donating your day to the moods of others, and you will stop auditioning for audiences that never learned how to clap, and you will replace the drama of reaction with the clean satisfaction of design, which is the only freedom worth bragging about. So the next time disrespect knocks, and it will, let it be a bell you trained yourself to hear as a starting gun for your protocol. Name it, breathe it, question it, choose your virtue, speak your line. Decide the arena, say no when needed, extract the signal audit at night, and keep building the person. Pressure cannot move. If you are ready to carry calm like armor and build boundaries that don't need barbed wire to hold, hit like, tap subscribe, and comment. Calm wins, with the one sentence I'll use this week when disrespect tries to recruit you. And then send this to the friend who is tired of giving loud moments a lifetime of regret, because we rise faster when we train together.